asphyxiate, but we've still got ourselves an exciting battle. TSM fighting for survival. Fnatic fighting for topping the group here, 2-1 versus 0-3. The last time these two teams fought, it was close, but Fnatic made better plays throughout the game and came away with the victory. Now we get to watch the rematch.
All right, level 1 here from Fnatic going pretty well as they do get the deep ward down for themselves. I do want to highlight the jungle matchup specifically for these two teams. Spica has been just what TSM needed in the jungle. Rookie player has been outstanding for them. Meanwhile, he's going up against a star player in SoloMid who has been front and center leading Fnatic to victory after victory. And I actually think that it deserves a little bit of a deeper dive here. While we don't have any action, we also don't have any sweepers going on, so probably no late invades. And we can go into a deeper discussion on how the current jungle meta arose and why we're seeing so much of these power clears of Graves in Italy.
Yeah.
Because it comes down to kind of jungle theory at its most basic essence. The saying time is money is especially true for junglers, Freak.
Yeah.
Because, laners, as a laner yourself, you get minion waves that come to you every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Guaranteed golden experience that are going to come your way, whereas junglers... Yeah, exactly. Where junglers, you have to travel to your camps, to your objectives, and make these choices. So efficiency is your highest priority, and you're constantly being judged on that. The best junglers in the world, they'll create advantages for themselves, both by increasing their own efficiencies in these ways, by playing their paths for their camps, for their objectives, and reducing their opponent's possible options. That is through counter jungling and controlling the vision. Because if you counter jungle one of these camps, which both of them are currently clearing their own side camps, and you do it without the opponent being aware, they don't get a chance to alter their path and make up for that lost time. I think the biggest fallacy I've seen some of the weaker junglers fall into is excess travel time and losing out that way. Because if you try to explain the rise of Graves in Italy and the power clears in laner terms, it's kind of like, if I give you the option, Freak, of increasing your minion spawn time to every 20 seconds instead of every 30 seconds.
Sounds good.
You take that every time.
Yeah.
You get guaranteed golden experience. That's basically what Graves in Italy actually get to do. And these champions are able to utilize the pressure of their laners to go then create those extra opportunities and take them away from their opponents. SoloMid now looking after the full clear level 4 double buff Graves towards bottom side.
All right, we'll get spotted out by the trinket ward put down about 40 seconds ago. TSM sussing out a likely full clear. At the end of the day, it is going to be a 1 camp difference right now. I believe bottom scuttle should be a formality there for the Nidalee, but has left up her Gromp through her pathing so far through the jungle. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty easy claim, and we're back at 6-6. SoloMid walking through another trinket ward. And so it'll be easy for Bjergsen to know this is happening, and he will kite back. 5 CS lead right now for Nemesis, with 4 left to farm. Bjergsen will get close to this mark, but the casters can be difficult, but looks like Bjergsen's in a decent spot.
And again, looking at the travel time for these junglers, not wasting any for each of them. Both of them getting off the full clear, splitting scuttle crabs. This is kind of what you expect when you have fairly decently even lanes and a Graves Nidalee matchup. They get to choose their options. There's no hard commit from a Graves Nidalee seeing each other. It's usually a stare down unless one of them has a big brush advantage.
A small chance for some pressure on the top side. Brokenblade had a trinket ward that would see if there was a Graves gank, but the wave was in front of his turret. Want to credit Whippo for getting a pretty early recall off, teleportless, and getting 2 Doran's items. You can see the health bar still getting worn down. Brokenblade low on mana with a biscuit to give him another rotation of spells, but Whippo overall up in farm, catching up now at level 5 as well. Brokenblade might have a pretty hard time bullying him any further in this lane.
Yeah, and this is one of the reasons why we just expected the Volibear, right? Really good trading power here. Building up a slow push on a minion wave is an opportunity also to call your jungler. Brokenblade does go for the trade in the minion wave, is going to push Whippo back. This is an opportunity. That's plenty of minions to try and keep in front of your tower, try and deny some of these minions to Whippo and get a little bit back here. We'll probably see the teleport come out from Whippo. He's going to only now have to worry about Nidalee's positioning. Because the junglers have been power clearing, there hasn't hasn't been any of that extra intelligence gathering, any of the extra information, and he's going to have to be very careful with his warding, which you can see on the mini-map, places the control ward and the trinket ward, so even if Nidalee hopped over the back of that Baron pit, would be seen by the control ward, and has the trinket ward in Tribrush, Bwipo covering all bases.
Yeah, so that was an interesting game between the two top laners here. Oh, this is a big play on the bottom side. A lot of CC coming back and forth. Reckless going to be okay. Now Biofrost with the W on is going to be stunned, and now as all the durability drops off, he'll take some decent damage. End of the day, though, shield comes up for Hylissang. He's going to be pretty safe. And SoloMid, right in front of Spica, is trolling this Drake. Information not gathered. Good sneak, good play. SoloMid, not only do they have a 300 gold lead, but first Drake goes to Fnatic as well.
Yep, self-made dragon right there, is able to do it all himself. Gets right in the back there. Spica has been waiting very patiently for another aggressive move, but the big minion wave pushing away from Doublelift and Biofrost here means that there's probably not going to be any more aggressive moves from Hylissang Reckless. Braum's not going to randomly all in there. And so that is one of those discrepancies we talked about much earlier on in wasted time, wasted travel time, and efficiency of the junglers. SoloMid with a big objective for Fnatic, and TSM starting to lose out in some of the gold.
Okay, so once again, look at the game state. 300 gold lead plus the Drake. SoloMid still very clearly running through the jungle with no problems. Gets the top scuttle, gonna make Bwipo feel a little bit safer. TP finally comes through now for Broken Blade. I was gonna talk about how long can the top laner delay their recall. Yeah, it might mean there's a desync around a dragon at some point in time, but it also allows you to get a bigger item spike. So Tiamat comes through for Broken Blade, should allow a lot of pressure there. Hylissang will eventually match his own recall because his health bar is so low, but he's able to catch the wave and keep it in front of the turret so that Reckless is not denied everything.
And Bwipo with the more defensive of the two options for deep wards for top laners after moving up, or Broken Blade, excuse me. Now, you can try and put it over that wall to see Blue Buff and Gromp at the same time. It's a lot more likely that that one gets swept. This one behind in that little brush that was added to Summoner's Rift basically just sees if they're trying to pull off that tricky gank route towards you that's right through the river. It, however, does not protect you against lane ganks.
Nice little ward there. Good spot by the spectators. Yep, nice deep ward by Fnatic. He's going to spot some of Spica's movements as well. We'll almost always see him go towards Raptors. Depends on the pathing, but a lot of times it will still do so. Bjergsen wants to fight for a ward. Nemesis wants to fight him off of it. TSM nearby, though, could fight a 3v2 if this happens. And they're now going to spot Hylissang. He's going to put down a slow. A Javelin's not going to do too much to him. He can put the shield, no problem. So ward gets killed, but out they go as farm goes back and forth in the bottom side of the map. No one's going to be in that rush, and SoloMid still efficiently. You can see right now, right, 11 CS up. That's a 2 to 3 camp lead. You talked about timing and efficiency. Not only does he have that Drake, but he's got more than normal camps as well.
And this is the time period where Fnatic want to focus on purely efficiency, on more defensive play, because Galio ult is ready, teleport's used.
Play. They're going for it right now with Bjergsen. Is it going to be enough now to re-engage? Looking at who they can fight, and Bjergsen, he's now surrounded. Flash the shockwave, gets right back out when he came in. TP's traded back and forth. The man loses his flash, and no play is made on the bottom side.
Yeah, a flash is definitely an important summoner spell for Galio, but Bjergsen pretty happy to get out of that one as he was behind enemy lines without another way to escape, and the ultimate shockwave there being used by Nemesis does give a small cooldown back. However, now there are opportunities for Fnatic to attack mid lane Galio. No summoner spells on Bjergsen, so not only can you try and pressure this Galio, yes, maybe best situation you come up with a kill on the Galio, you can also just try and pressure him through his health bar, and he has no teleport to get back to lane and start to just build up this Orianna, who scales so nicely for your team fights, bringing that utility as well as damage later on.
Absolutely. So Predator boots, Mercury treads, the whole kit there for Bjergsen. We'll see if he can roam around anymore, but as you're mentioning, yes, the Orianna scaling gonna be an important thing. Bwipo still winning his lane one-on-one, up 12 CS over Broken Blade in a fairly undisturbed matchup. He's grown himself an early lead. Still feels like it's going to eventually scale Camille's way, though I will say Conqueror is a better scaling rune.
Yeah, definitely agree. Camille definitely has a lot of options as you move around, and a lot of the options come from your team play. We talked about in Champ Select, TSM, drafting, Leona, Galio, Camille. These are 3 champions built for these rotations, built for picks across the map. Problem for TSM is that Fnatic have been very good at not exposing themselves to some of these options. Now, as you see the game progress and we start to get more and more of tower damage and whittling down and opening up the map, those types of plays will be more prevalent. But thus far, I think Fnatic have actually played this early game extremely well, considering some of these options that TSM are looking for. Galio ultimate is ready still for Bjergsen, and that's why you can see Speak and Biofrost linking up. You want to aggressively use Leona Nidalee combinations, especially in scenarios like this where you've got a Galio to back them up.
A little bit of bravery there from Biofrost. Flashless walked in the jungle to clear a ward that was swept, so there was no vision, but no one around to stop him. Gets to walk away, sweeps, sees everyone else, and pieces out. But now you talk about the laning phase. It's now a 1,000 gold lead to Fnatic. They are winning just in the laning phase. They're on the dragon as soon as it spawns. SoloMid is there, and the rest of his team, you can see how far up they are playing. They're pushing TSM back, and there is no way in for TSM right now. Fnatic absolutely in command of the first 12 minutes of this game. They are at 2 Drakes already. The Soul would be at 22 minutes. And if TSM cannot find their way into this game, this is going to be over pretty quickly.
Yeah, quite a nice pace here for Fnatic, taking advantage of that reset timer really, really well. SoloMid once again, no hesitation on these objectives, is able to push it right through for Fnatic. Some of this deep vision clearing could get dangerous for them as, again, TSM have the opportunity to try and close that trap. Leona ultimate and Galio ultimate are ready, but since they've started up the Rift Herald on the top side of the map, looks like they aren't going to go for the bottom play. Here comes a rotation from Fnatic.
Orianna Roam going to find a shockwave on a Biofrost. Keep walking away. SoloMid's here, flashes in, gets the first blood. Now a play in the top side. I've seen this before. This time it's going to work out, though. TSM get a kill back. More money over to Fnatic thanks to first blood, though.
All right, SoloMid looking to punish. We'll speak of face check him. Graves' burst damage is immense from a brush position. Good
still
ward.
taking the ult, too. SoloMid didn't have to ult to get the kill on the Biofrost, so he has full power here. Look at the play. There's the first attack. Now, will there be reinforcements? It's Bjergsen over the top. Finds the slam. Will look for Hillsong. Flashes away and can't find the taunt. The Q is going to be enough. Speaking against the auto, and Dark Harvest finds him a kill.
Finally, TSM are able to use that Galio ultimate and Fnatic bite off a little bit more than they can chew on the top side. They'll still be pretty happy with getting that kill onto Biofrost, but TSM up 2-1 in kills now did get slightly more gold for themselves considering they took down Bwipo first. And we'll see if they can try and stack on this play because you start to count the flashes. SoloMid and Hylissang now, the 2 roaming players for Fnatic, are a little bit more vulnerable, don't have their flashes if they do get caught.
Speak is still clearing through right now. Not a big problem onto him as still the 800 gold difference remains, and 3 minutes are until the Ocean Drake spawns. Ocean Soul obviously going to be pretty good. TSM fairly bursty, but these type of team fights can be hard. We can watch that top lane 2v1 again.
And this is, even with missing the spear there, they're not able to chain stun into spear, still get the kill. Senna ultimate came over through, not able to finish that one off. There was the counter kill though that did go down.
Nice attempt by Rex to stealth the one out, no CDR yet, so waiting for the ult to still come back. It's a pretty long one at rank 1. Still a good attempt, and we'll see then if the TSM top lane pressure can go through. We, of course, have the Tiamat rush coming through for Camille, which does delay the 1v1 power, but it lets you play the lane, and it lets you roam away, right? You can fight for the wave more reliably, get down somewhere else, maybe try to gank an Orianna whenever she's flashless. Might see that one come through. The gold deficit shrinks to 500 from the TSM side off the 2 kills they've gotten. And Fnatic still have that Drake lead, which is a concern, and of course a great thing on the Fnatic side. First Herald was never taken this game. Plates have dropped, and very few were killed overall.
And you're seeing just why Broken Blade went for the Tiamat here. You know, he knows that after that kill, he's going to have priority over Bwipo, and he uses it to quickly clear this this minion wave and look for the play.
Looking for it now, forces the flash out of Nemesis. He's not going to go for the shockwave. Bjergsen, his flash is back up, so can easily use that to get away from a play. Ultimately, nothing really going to happen aside from the flash burn, but now with it down, the repeat gank could happen. Of course, Leona, level 6 for Biofrost, could find that snipe, and the dive could happen. Camille would have to walk down, so would Bwipo. They have teleport, but they can both stop each other's if they're in vision.
Yep, everybody has teleports available, but because you see Braum here roaming down to the bottom side for Fnatic, looks like they're making the call to give up the Rift Herald and push heavily on that bottom turret. Since there's no more turret plates, they could actually push pretty quickly on that turret. You know, second Rift Herald isn't as big as a difference as number 1.
Mid lane being cleared away now by Reckless. We know the Drake is up in 115, and it means that it's now time for both teams to care about the bottom river. It's last call on recalls, and it's time to show up in the lanes, get priority, get ward control, and fight over this Drake. TSM cannot really afford to give Soul Point over at 16 minutes. Fnatic would, of course, love that, and you can see them setting up. Bot lane pushed in. You already have SoloMid walking around, waiting to fight Scuttle. That's going to guarantee vision around any Drake attempt for either side. And Fnatic are in control right now.
I think TSM need to be looking for a possible teleport ward there for Broken Blade so that they can set up looking for a team fight victory. Not necessarily going for, a steal, on the Dragon and chancing a 50-50 or something like that. Much more, you need to coordinate your hard engage. Galio, Camille, Leona, we've been talking it up so much. It has to shine at this Dragon fight. 25 seconds left away, though. Bwipo trying to get some damage down onto Broken Blade.
Broken Blade finds himself stunned. Does have a level lead right now. Bwipo's shield going to be on cooldown if they go for the repeat fight. Nice little extra lightning damage coming through, and they're not going to trade too much. But now, the bottom river goes to TSM's way. They've got most of the group stacked in. You've got the Fnatic duo lane coming now through the jungle, spotted by a ward. Good sweeper by Hylissang, get rid of that one. Is there now to be a re-engage? Looks like Predator was popped, won't find it, but TSM going to go for this play. Recall's coming through now, and the TP is first for Bwipo. Fnatic will outnumber TSM for about 5 seconds. When does Camille join? When does she show up? Right now, it's SoloMid attacking this Drake inside the pit, jumping back over. Camille TP comes through. Is there going to be an engage? When does TSM pull the trigger? When does Fnatic go for it? Speaking now inside the pit, going for this play. Fnatic waiting in the wings. Bwipo showing towards Broken Blade. Shockwave combo, going for the kill. They might pick him down. He's going to try to get away, and he cannot. Plus the steal for SoloMid. Fnatic get everything.
Oh my goodness, Freak. That is a sweep for Fnatic. Are you kidding me? They make the play onto Broken Blade, and SoloMid also finds the steal. What a huge mid-game victory here for Fnatic. Their pace for an Ocean Soul is so quick, and with the kill onto Broken Blade, they also got the bottom turret. Rift Herald going down in answer, not even taking the mid one for TSM. That is huge.
Erickson didn't even ult for the magic shield, just got the kill cleanly. Now the flash engage looking for Spica. This could be an easy kill. Flash away. It's not going to matter. Hylissang grabs his kill, and suddenly Bjergsen's alone, 1v3 out of the turret. Not going to survive this one. Goes to knock, gets away from the shockwave, but will not find the trade kill until Biofrost shows up. That is a fight you still take as Fnatic. It's 2-1. They are on Soul Point, and they have complete control of this game.
Holy moly. All right, Biofrost does find a Solar Flare pickup kill at the end, but it feels like an overwhelming wave of Fnatic victories right here in the past couple of minutes, Freak. Now they are free to also push these waves out. Bwipo, I'm pretty sure you could just stick around and finish off that turret. Let's take another look at this. TSM, they go for the 50-50, and he's able to get it. SoloMid with the steal. He has controlled every Dragon from extremely early on in this game.
And now Fnatic get their second turret to 0. You can see the gold lead 3,500 at 18.5 minutes. This is a massive lead for the Fnatic squad. One of the European sweethearts, so far so good. Half their teams have gotten out of group. Fnatic rarely, if ever, fail. It's been pretty much 5 years running of getting out of groups, the ones they didn't attend notwithstanding. And now, looking poised to dash the North American hopes. Liquid failed at 3-3. TSM about to drop out. If they make 0-4, there is no way back in. Fnatic could deal the death blow to the second LCS team so far at Worlds.
And something really stuck with me with the interviews of the Team Liquid players after their kind of resurgence in Week 2, where they said, at this point, we've got nothing left to lose. We need to play aggressive. We need to play proactively. We need to throw out these plays. And that's something that could come in really handy with the TSM team that they've drafted here. Their composition relies around aggressive Camille, Galio, Leona plays, and they just have not found those. They only found the one sort of reactive defensive Galio ultimate towards top side, and Fnatic now have been able to push themselves up to a nice, comfortable position in this game. You see TSM looking without a lot of extra vision control for possible side lane plays. At this point in the game, yes, you do have options. You maybe have somebody trail Broken Blade as a split pusher and pull off a surprise 2v1, try and get a quick kill there, and then transition it over to a roam.
And down goes the mid lane wave. Ruck is getting the pressure onto this one. There's a small 5-meter double lift, but that's a pretty small saving grace for TSM. They've got a lot of work to do to get back into this game, and it's going to happen in about a minute and a half. Ocean Soul is going to be pretty unlosable at 22 minutes. The regen's pretty front-loaded. The scaling's not so good overall, so that early game is going to really hamper TSM's chances at finding any kills for the rest of this game. They must be able to fight over this one. And Spico nearly caught out, will not be found. Hylissang's ultimate's not going to land. Flash is not burned on either side. Mid lane turret under fire, not quite going to fall. Hylissang still walking up. Turret finally drops. Will there be an engage? It's in for Biofrost, taking 1 million damage. Flash the way, stays alive. Galio comes in, finds a knockup onto 3. Is there enough damage though? In the back lane goes Whippo, finds the first kill. The second goes to Nemesis. Bjergsen runs for the hills and is taken down. A 3-0 fight for Fnatic.
And they could take more than that as well, Freak. All right, it's going to be resets for Fnatic. They get Scuttle Crab. They can push it out. That was TSM's chance. They take down mid lane turret. They do get the objective, but Fnatic vengeance is swift. They cut down 3 members. There are stopwatches on the side of Fnatic, so they now have more options for defense for the hard engage that TSM are bringing. Originally, Biofrost goes right in, Hylissang instantly stopwatches, so the extra damage actually is felt by the TSM side as Biofrost is taken down. Whippo then goes in for the kill. He stopwatches as well while Broken Blade goes down, and those purchases, those mid-game stopwatches, those seconds of immunity, Freak, those mean so much for these team fights. Those are the deciding factors that mean Fnatic don't lose either of their frontline members. And if you look at Orianna, well, Nemesis has a stopwatch as well for this fight.
And here comes the attempt. Good flash for Double, keeps himself alive. He's saving it all those years for that moment, but is it going to be enough? Ocean Drake is alive, 4,000 health left. Whippo takes some damage. This is a fight TSM must find a way to win. Whippo takes the first few shots. Gonna lose some health here. Final shot comes through for Double, puts him at half. And the Smite fight is here yet again. Can he make it happen? Gotta get in there. Gonna be an Ocean Soul claim by Fnatic. And now it's time for TSM to fight, but is it going to be enough? They haven't gotten a single kill yet, and already Bjergsen goes down. Broken Blade to follow. It's 3, it's time for 4, and it's time to fly home for TSM. Spica runs his way as fast as he can, but plane flights are faster. A triple kill for Nemesis. TSM basically out of worlds.
Yep, that is a soul for Fnatic. They can take Baron at their leisure. They can push bottom side at the same time. They have full control of Summoner's Rift.
Fnatic are looking to win this group, and so far they will be the first team to get to 3 wins. They'll have 2 more matches today. This one's almost unlosable. A 25-stack Magi's for Nemesis, reunited with Self-Made this year, and that's going to be a clean and easy Baron as well. Fnatic, heavy favorites now to close this game out.
Yep, you said it earlier, Freak. The only time Fnatic failed to get out of groups was 2014. Consider the times that they were at Worlds, and it looks like they are also going to get out in 2020. Let's take another look at that fight, though. TSM know this is the soul that you got to throw the Hail Mary. So Spica, he hits the spear and he jumps in. Maybe he could get it in range. Doesn't quite cover it, though. With Ocean Soul region now picked up, Whippo doesn't even go down in the thick of things. Heals right back up inside the team fight. Fnatic chasing down every last kill.
And ultimately for TSM, never got enough resources, it felt like, towards Broken Blade to play through topside. Mid, lost lane, bot went close, and over again, Fnatic got more done. Self-Made, to me, is the best jungler in this group. He is outstanding. 2 years the full pro, 1 year on SK, now here with Fnatic. Again, reunited with Nemesis from the underleagues, and so far so good. He has been exceptional, has done so much work for the squad. The first Drake sneak, the second Drake steal, and now the re-engage. Once again, TSM gonna try their hardest, but Reckless gets out. Galio dunk over the top, only gonna find the tank. He'll be rooted up, he'll be taken down. Self-Made, of course, again. Finds himself a kill, looking for win number 2 on Graves all time, as it's time to run away now from Whippo. He is on the chase, he has found the stun, he's gonna find the follow-through on the double lift, and Whippo is on a rampage. 14-3 the kill score. Fnatic knocking on TSM's door.
Yep, and you know what? They're gonna break the door in one knock, Freak. Punching right through that sucker. The inhibitor turret is down, the inhibitor short to follow, and they wanna finish now.
All right, Fnatic, the fight is yours to look for the first seed out of the group and dodge the stronger teams at Worlds. It's time to knock down Nexus turret number 1. Will TSM even fight over number 2? A stopwatch for Broken Blade. He will still be stunned despite the ult. Gets back to the fountain. Stays alive for a second. Shockwave secures the kill regardless. Nemesis 9-0-6. Let's add a 10th for good measure. A stopwatch for Bjergsen. Pad the KDAs. Send them home with even more deaths for good measure. Fnatic eliminate TSM from the quarterfinals. They top the group so far in Group C. And with 2 more teams to get vengeance on, Fnatic hope to make as deep a run as they have before.
Fnatic opening up the day, coming out swinging. Look at Bwimpo.
Yeah.
Elated. Absolute control here from Fnatic.
And it's a sad, another page in the TSM chapter of disappointment in international competition. TSM have won the LCS so many times. Doublelift has 8 domestic trophies.